Good morning. I jumped on just, I think, a minute sooner just to let you get notified that I'm live. But I'd like to welcome you and good morning. Let's see, I'm just going to try to see that I am live again, so that takes a minute. So if you're joining me, say hello, let me know you're here, and then we'll get started in just a second. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to try that. Sometimes I can see the comments, sometimes I can't, but anywho. Alrighty, let me see how I got this. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I stay in the screen the whole time. Sometimes I don't. We'll try to move that down. There. Okay. Hi, Carol. Glad you're joining me. Well, I'm Kelly Agee with Stampin' with Kelly, and a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, of course. And let's see. It says it should resume. So hopefully my internet isn't kind of bad because of the weather. I don't know. But we'll get started and hopefully I get a good recording, okay? So yep, I moved that down. All right, very good. So what I'm working with today is the Gone Fishing Bundle. It's on page 78 of the annual catalog. I hate to do too much from the Christmas catalog yet because you can't order till September 6th. But if you need one of these catalogs, please let me know and I will get one mailed to you. If you're looking for a demonstrator or, you know, thinking about ordering, let me know and I'll send you a mini catalog. But so what I'm going to do is I'm using the paper, some of the stamp sets, and then I'm using the stamp set, and then this is easy to overlook, but I really like this one, Very Best Occasions. It's on page 38, but it's just a nice, there's, you know, like a Christmas, the birthday one, Endlessly Grateful, so, you know, the Thinking of You, it's just a nice set, so, okay, so I'm going to be using them today. And it's not really even so much about the bundle as like what we're going to be doing, because this is going to be, it's like a little treat holder, and I didn't have anything to put in here. I'm trying to stay away from candy and sweets, so we're just going from there. So we're just going to use our imagination, but I have a gift card in here. And because it was retirement and congrats, the next one I may do is a happy birthday, but you could put like a little fishing lure in here with a gift card or some candy, snacks, whatever. But if you're doing the craft shows, this would be really cute to kind of fill in with, you know, something. And, you know, like if you were making it, you could put jewelry in there. You could do whatever. For Christmas, you could take and do Christmas paper, punch a hole in it, hang it from the tree. You could do, you know, to from, a little Merry Christmas. There's lots you could do. It's just more the technique of making this little treat holder, okay? And then I just kind of put this together, simple, the nested essential dies. I'm using that for every set. So it's just a simple little card, and it's Happy Retirement. I may do the inside for a birthday. Every now and then you need a retirement card, so it's nice to have. So you could always stamp this, good things come to those who wait, and then just leave it, and then stamp it as you need it. This one is a, what do we call this? A trifold angle card. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and you can use any kind of, you know, designer paper as well, and make them for Christmas, whatever. And you could, if you wanted to do, for like a gift card, you either could put the gift card here or even here, whatever, but I think it'd be cute here. So, okay, we will get started. Just one other reminder, if you have bonus day coupons, use them by the end of the month or they'll be no good, okay? All right, so yep, here's the stamp set that I'm using. This is the bundle, and then the nested essential dies. I can't even talk this morning. I've had way too much coffee, let me tell you. But this is an awesome bundle. Not bundle, just the dies. If you don't have them, I hate to say it, but you need them. They're really cool. I've used these so far, and not the shape, but I'm going to. There's a card in mind that I want to do using this, so maybe next week I'll do that, or just a separate video, okay? All right, let's get started. Enough chit chat. We'll get started with the little treat holder. So like I said, you could stick a little Debbie the oatmeal pie in here, probably a brownie. If you got a guy that likes to fish and you're using this paper, you could do a fishing lure, like, you know, buy a little fishing lure and stick in here with a gift card or money, but whatever. So, okay. So I got the stuff, but I want to show you how to actually do this, if I can find my paper that I got here. All right. So what we're going to start with is an 8.5 by 8.5 piece of paper. Now, you could do this, like I said, you could use cardstock. If you're using this for a craft fair, I would use cardstock and then use your designer paper for the belly band, okay? But you're going to start with an 8.5 by 8.5 cardstock. And what you're going to do is just put it in your trimmer. So you're going to get 2 treat bags out of this piece. And you're just going to go from corner to corner and cut it. And the reason I'm using very vanilla is so you can see what I'm doing, okay? Hopefully it's bright enough that you can see. If I used a dark color, sometimes it's hard to see that as well. So then I'm going to put the bottom, the straight bottom, and I'm going to score at 4. And it's actually 4 and 4 on each side, but I just will say 4, and then you move your point over to 8, okay? So you score that, and then you will fold it just like that. And it should go right together on the bottom. And it makes your little envelope, okay? So that's how you do that. And before you tape anything down, if something's not right here, just trim it. But when you try to score it and, you know, varnish it, then make sure it's nice and even. So I think, yep, I did do this one. Okay, I scored my paper already. So, I love this wood grain. It's so cool. Hopefully, yeah, it doesn't matter with that. So what you're going to do is I'll take my time unfolding this one. Okay, and you want it nice and crisp. Oh, I think I did. Yeah, let's see. Can't see my score line. I can feel it though. That's why it's kind of hard to, let me see, to do this on your designer paper and see it properly on camera. So I can feel it. And I want to make sure I do it right here. Let's see. Yeah, you just want to make sure the bottom's nice and even. Okay, so I'm just going to work with it like this for now. And I'm just going to show you, you're going to put your double-sided tape from this score line to the end, okay? And I use the double-sided tape on this just because it's an easy fold. Now, on certain things, I do like to use the glue. So we're just going to, you're just going to put it right at the bottom. So and you're going to put it all the way across. Do you notice I got some ink on my score tape? So push it down good. Oops, got a little bit right there, and you want to fold that in. Okay, so what you're going to do is just fold your left side over first, okay, and then you will fold the right side over. I'm just going to turn it so I can see that I'm even. And then you just want to press it, and that creates your little pocket, your envelope. Now you could put something here, but it's not necessary because you got the belly band. Okay, so this piece, and I'm using the cardstock, so if you want to save on your designer paper, you would just take and flip these. But this piece is 2 inches by 10, and you almost could go maybe by 9 inches, 2 by 9, but we'll use it since I already got it cut. You may have to cut a little bit off one side. So you want it to be centered, okay? And you don't want to go too tight, but firm enough. This is why I'm thinking 2 by 9 might be better. Oh, my dog's walking around and got the nails on the floor. So what I'm going to do is just take off just about a ½ inch. So we'll go, because you want them to match, but you want it to be in the center. So I don't want this to show, okay? So I took off a ½ inch. So we're going to do 2 by 9.5. We'll do that. And I'm going to actually do score tape on this as well. So I'm going to put a piece right here. And you can do it however. Sometimes I'll put all my tape on this side. And it kind of does the same thing as what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to add a little piece right here. And you don't want your belly band too tight because you want to be able to, you know, stuff in here, okay? So let's just take this side off first. Well, I need to take all of it off. And if you got any kind of tape that's hanging out, you just fold it down. Like I'll have a little bit right here. Okay, and I want to make sure I got this on correctly. And that will close it real good, okay? So you want to be able to move it a little bit up and down, but all right. So now I have the 2 larger. I did this in Misty Moonlight, and I actually did this in white, but you know what? I should have done it in Very Vanilla because this is Very Vanilla. Everything else is done with the Very Vanilla, so I should have done that, and I'm not going to cut another one out yet. So, all right. So what we're going to do is, let's see. I have my little stamp thing here. Let me move this scraps. So I took the boho blue and the little like water lines, okay? So I just kind of stamped that on here. And I probably should have stamped off once. I don't want to get it too dark because you want to be able to see the when you stamp. So I kind of got that dark. What I did on my other one is I actually did what I did here. I inked it stamped off, so this is like 2nd and 3rd generation. But I think we'll be fine. I'm going to do a happy birthday, I think, on this one. Although it's nice to have the happy retirement, the congrats, because it's a little bit bigger, but I think we'll be fine. This one says you're the best ever. You could do that. So let me see. I got a couple fish that I had just fussy cut from the designer paper, so I kind of want to see how this goes. I should have cut them the opposite way, but nope, that one can't be flipped up. So let's see. Maybe we'll do that a little bit different. I'm going to stamp my happy birthday right here. And that's in the Misty Moonlight, so that's dark enough. Okay. So then what I did, get rid of that. I actually used dimensionals and I popped that up right here on this. And when you put your belly band together, however you want to cover this up, that's why I cut that a little bit shorter, okay? So I'm just going to kind of lay that right there so I can see how many I need. You could actually, I did measure this, you could actually, if you folded the tip down a little bit, you could stick this in an envelope and mail it. Of course, it's going to be thicker, so it's going to cost you a little more, but if you really want it to, you could do that. And if you're doing a gift card, that sits low enough. I don't know if you can put it, you could put it in that way as well. And you almost could tuck that, like scored here and then tuck it inside. So, okay. So let me see, I gotta have this here so I can see what I'm doing. You just want that kind of centered. And then I actually, did I pop that one up? I did. I actually popped this one up as well. So, gosh, it's just been so busy this week that, so I had to change to today too, although Thursday kind of works out good for me, but I hate to keep changing all the time. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to put this bigger fish up there, and I did glue these down. So you just got to be kind of careful where you put the glue so it's not gushing out anywhere. So see how the this has more writing, so then you could use the smaller fish. And we'll put this one right there. The paper with all the fish, they got such cool fish on it that it's kind of hard not to use it. You could be stamping this, but I thought, oh, I don't know, I like it. So once you put something in here, even if your belly band's a little looser, when you get something in there, it will be firm. So, okay, and if you don't want it to slip off, then you could just put some glue dots underneath there. But I think it's kind of nice to have it, then you can slide it where you want it. So, okay, so because I did this, I would actually probably do some kind of little gems on here, but I didn't get any out because that would kind of help fill that up a little bit more. But I think it's pretty cool. So, I don't know, hopefully you guys like that. So just a little, like I said, kind of to get ready for craft fairs and stuff if you want. Okay, so we will go to card number 2, and this one is very simple. So, but we'll do it. I just wanted to kind of show you an easy way where you don't have to do all the stamping or, you know, cutting out. Just a simple, quick card. So this is the Misty Moonlight, 8.5 by 5.5, and then just fold it in half. So you'd score it at 4 1/4. And lately, I don't know, I kind of go through streaks, but I really like to see a nice border there of the card base. So what I do is normally I would start with 5 by 3 1/4, but I felt like this needed the 5 1/8 by 4 7/8, the very vanilla. And then the Misty Moonlight is 5 by 3 3/4, and then I cut the designer paper at 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, and then I just layered that. I just think it gives it such a nice finished look. At first, when I never glue nothing down till I like what I got, but that's what I was working with at first, and I thought, I need something else there. So just a tip, I always, like I said, I never glue anything down till I'm sure that I like what I got in front of me. Sometimes you have to cut things down a little bit more or add. So they have little feathers. I think it's Hobby Lobby. You probably can get it from Amazon too, but you could actually make a little fishing lure and use those little feathers. But our Hobby Lobby got, of course, destroyed in the tornado last year, and they're finally, I think, starting to build it in Gaylord back, or they're getting ready. But boy, I tell you, I miss that store, just going in for extra little things and stuff. So I'll be glad when they get it back. So this that I just took and I did pop that up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, I guess. Normally I put the other part on first, but I'm just going to glue that on. So I'm just using my dimensionals to pop this up. Very simple but beautiful card, I think. I think it's the colors of the blue and the very vanilla together. And I can just center that. Now you could add some, like a strip of your blue going across underneath it, but I really didn't think it needed it. Okay, so we will stamp the good things come to those who wait. If I can find my little thing, what did I just do with it? Oh, here. Tucked it behind so I can see my measurements. So I'm using the Misty Moonlight. Okay. But I gotta tell you, I had my class this past Tuesday at our little coffee shop, and I was supposed to have 4 people. Well, 2 kind of didn't feel good, so I was down to 2, but we had a great time. It just like, it was so relaxing, and we talked and talked and talked. We were there for 2.5 hours, hardly to get 4 cards done because we were talking so much, but that's fine. It was nice, so just kind of really enjoy it. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do here is I do think I'm going to stamp a happy birthday inside. A little happy birthday. Now you could get a bigger happy birthday, but I like the way this writing is. I wish they would have actually put a happy birthday in this set because of how all the font is. It looks like the little fishing things. I don't know, reminds me of that, but it'll work. We can do this happy birthday. And then I fussy cut this fish out, so I'm just going to add that on there. Okay, and Carol, I seen right before I got on that you signed up for the retreat. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So, okay. So this one I stamped happy retirement. So now I got a birthday and a retirement card. Okay, so that's our project number 2. So number 3 is, I'm not really going to take a lot longer, but I'm going to show you how I did this one as well. So I'm going to get out my, let's see, a sheet of my Very Vanilla. Same thing, because I want to show you how to do this. So you can get 2 cards out of the 1, okay? So what I did is I marked this at 3 inches. I've always wanted to do one of these cards and just never took the time. So you're going to lightly mark at 3 inches there on one side. Then you're going to flip it completely around. And on the other side, mark your 3 inches. Just real light. And then what you're going to do is take and put your 3-inch mark, hopefully you can see this, your 3-inch mark up here, and then your 3-inch mark down here. Okay, so you want that in your not your cutting track, but you are gonna cut this. So just want to make sure that it's lined up, and then go ahead and cut it. And you will get 2 card bases out of this. How cool is that? Okay, so 3 inches here, 3 inches there. And let me show you, okay? So, oops. It's like that. So you got your 2 card bases. So now, let me just make sure. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. So I'm going to score this. Oops, I'm sorry. At 4 1/4, because I don't want to mess up. I just want to make sure that that's what I did. Yeah, I just made this last night. I was working on it, so I usually write little notes to take and do it this way. But what I'm going to do is keep this as a template. So I'm going to go 4 1/4, and then you're going to go at 8. So let me move that. So 4 1/4 and then 8. And that's where you're going to score it, okay? So then you're going to, let me get out of here with this. So then you're going to just fold it like that. So that this will be actually the inside, and like this. So that's what I like to do, is I'll cut on white or vanilla, and then I put all my measurements on the card base, so I know, even like with the designer paper, how to cut it. So I will keep that for that. So let's see here. So then I wrote down what I did for my paper here. Let me just move all this, because I'm getting a lot of stuff here. So let me just put this aside, because you guys have seen me stamp the bobblers and everything before, so I'm not going to do that. I wanted to show you more the technique. So, but if you got questions, just let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. Okay, so that is my card base out of the Misty Moonlight. So now on this, we are going to work with, after I scored that really well, I have for the inside, I'm going to put my card right there, so hopefully you can see it. Good, okay. Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm getting people signing up, so I thought I better post that. I only got so many spots left, because in that place I can only have so many people to be comfortable. So this piece here is 4 by 5 3/8. Then I got a piece for the very vanilla that is 3.5 by 4 3/8. And then I have another piece of designer paper that is on this side, okay? So when you close it, it's like that. All right. And then, so that'll be on the back. And then, let's see what happened. Oh, my papers are sticking together. I was going to say what happened to it. And then the front side is 2 3/4 by 3.5. So if you want, I can always put that in the description as well. Okay, so what we're going to start with is this piece right here. And what I'm going to do is kind of put it in place. And I don't know, I found this the easiest way to mark these and to get them right. I think this is why I didn't do this card before, because I think I tried to get my angles right and I had too much trouble. But I'm going to put like 1/8 of an inch border going around the 3 edges, okay? And then I'm going to just move it up like another 1/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to flip it around and mark it with a pencil. Carefully, it'd be a little harder to see on this side, but you can see where my line is, and I'm going to just put that in the trimmer after. But I'm going to go ahead and do all of these, okay? So same with the Very Vanilla. I'm going to put it in play, and then just go up maybe about 1/8 of an inch. Make sure it's even, and just trace your line. Okay, so then I'm going to take and do this on the back side. Oops, get the right side here. So this way then you get your angles all correct, and you're not really wasting too much paper, I don't think. Okay. And then, let's see, this little guy here. Okay, and then just go up about 1/8 of an inch. Make sure you're centered though. Okay. Oops. Help if I get right on the paper. I don't know if you've seen that, but I've kind of made a mess there. But I'll cut it. I'll know which line. Okay. So we're going to take these and just put them in our trimmer and line it right up. You can cut it with scissors if you want, but I find it the best way. And then you're not even going to see that line because it's going to be on the back. Let me get my other pieces here. Last Friday we went down to see my daughter, which I was very excited about. And my other daughter was home for a little bit before she went to work. But we had really high winds, which I don't know, don't seem like we get that a whole lot here. I mean, we do, but we don't feel it unless we leave our little subdivision. But the winds were really strong, and we got, I don't know, maybe about an hour from home, and we get a call that we lost power, and a tree is down. And my daughter didn't realize that there also was a pole down in a transformer. So everything was such a mess. And we're like, I don't know, my husband probably would have rather came home only because he was really worried about everything. But we called and they got it fixed pretty quick, actually. So, my other daughter went to work eventually, kind of late, but she got there. So, but it was just kind of a crazy day. But so we kind of didn't stay at my other daughter's as long as I would have liked to. But okay, so this is that piece that is right here, like kind of it's like the back of the front there. But see how perfect that fits? So if you just move it that little 1/8 of an inch more, you can get a nice, your angle will be the way it should be, and not trying to judge it the other way. At least I found this easier to do. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And it's kind of best to put your card the way it should be so you get your everything all together. And if it's not short enough, you always can draw another line and take and, cut it some more. But better to cut less than too much. I just love how these colors go together. Okay, and then my big piece will be here with the fish. I think this paper right here, this color, would be awesome, like something with sunflowers. That real bright yellow, and I think it'd be really cool. Okay, so we got this. And what I'm going to do is stamp this right away. I wasn't sure if I should add more there, but I figured if you want to write a little note, or I think it's actually kind of enough. So I'm just going to go with it. But if you use, depending on what you use, you can even use designer paper there if you would like. And don't, you know, like use your vanilla here. But I really like how the designer paper looks with it closed back here. So that I'm not sure I would change. You would have to have the right paper. But anywho. Hi, Donna. Okay, so we are going to go use the the Boho Blue. And with this, I'm not going to stamp off because I might go a little higher with the water. I might just add some, like do the first and second generation here. But I'm not stamping anything, so I think we're good. Let's see, I should have had a straight line there. That might help, but I think that's good. Okay. All right, you know what else I'm doing is I'm on this little piece. Let's put that there for now. But I actually stamped very little just to kind of soften that. Now you could actually sponge it a little bit too if you don't want to use this, but I'm going to go ahead and do one here, one there, and even another one right there, which you can hardly see, but that's enough. All right. And this is where I really like the happy birthday. So I'm going to go ahead and to do that. And I'm doing this in the Misty Moonlight. So we'll put that there. And then on the inside, I have this piece out of that paper. And then I got a very vanilla. And it says that you're the best ever. Okay. So now what I did is I did use a little of the Memento black ink because I was going to put a little lure there. Hopefully I'm up high enough here. Now, if you want to write something, you don't have to do the lure, but I know it is cute. So we got the inside, so hopefully I can see here to stamp it without my head going in the way. Ah, there we go, perfect. Okay, I think that is all the stamping that I am doing. So let me see here. We can move that. So I'm going to just glue, let me glue that in, and I'm going to glue that down because I don't want it to pop up. Now the front, I did pop that up. So I appreciate you if you like, comment, and share if you like these projects. And then also, let me see, I got my two little bobblers that I took and cut out. Now I used the Real Red to stamp this with the Memento ink. So I'm just going to do that. And I could put some string in there, but I don't think that's even necessary. Because you don't want it too bulky. But yes, I'd like if you can, you know, share and my video and stuff with your friends. Okay, what I wanted to show you is, okay, I wanted to make sure that that is covered. So you got to be kind of careful. I should have probably looked at that before I stuck it in there, but I'm using glue, so I had a little bit of time to move it if I needed to. Now, if you didn't want to use your designer paper, you could use the Misty Moonlight. I think that would look nice, or the Boho Blue. Okay, I have a question. My husband kind of laughed at me when I told him I was going to put this on here because I said, oh, it reminds me of like the rope, the braided, you know, rope. And he said, I don't know about that, but I'm still going to do it because I think it looks okay on there, okay? So what I did... This is our, oh, what is the name of this? This is the wavy trim. So I'm just going to cut a couple pieces of this. And what I did is I used some glue dots. I found this the easiest way, if I can find my pick tool here. Talking about the retreat, I'm going to just put, I got a glue dot there. So I'm just going to put this there because these edges like to kind of fray and they will come apart. But with the retreat, I hope the weather is just right that day. So we don't either have to freeze or sweat to death. It's hard to say. Okay. So now, the other thing that I did, and this is totally up to you, I think, let's see, my score tape. I actually did a little score tape on the back, on each side. And you could just use Scotch tape. I think I ended up putting a little Scotch tape too because it was kind of still coming apart. Okay, I gotta keep that tucked in there. All right, so see how that kind of keeps it together nice. If you just use your regular tape, I'm not sure that would hold it good enough, and you can't really put a dimensional on it because to hold it, because sometimes with some ribbon you can do that. But not with this. There. See, that keeps it down nice, but what I'm going to do still, because I don't know why I put that together like that, but I kind of shouldn't have made that so thick. So what I'm doing is cutting a thinner piece here, and I'm just going to put that right on the ends. I don't want it to show from the front at all. So I'm just cutting a thin piece of the Scotch tape just to keep that down so you don't have to worry about it coming back up, okay? So there's that little trick. And what I'm going to do now is I will pop this up. So even when I put my dimensionals, I'm going to do them like not on the tape part. Or the ribbon part, I'm sorry. Everywhere but, okay? So we are going to just take this off. Did you guys see what I did? So, I hope not, Carol. We can always have heaters. I felt so bad that day. Plus it wears you out. I mean, so this I'm going to just kind of center, okay? And I had cut out this little, a different style of a bobbler. So I'm just going to add, so I used the Very Vanilla, the pecan pie, and this comes in that kit, the bundle, so, and then the Real Red. So you could have this either top or bottom. I think it fits both sides, but I often think that's the bottom. I don't think it matters. Gosh, aren't you proud of me? I found my little mat again so I can keep it from getting glue all over. So now I have some twine, and I think this is the thicker twine. I have like, there's one that came with the 5 colors. I think that might be a little thicker. I'm not sure. I got that out of the bag. So what I did with this is the glue dot. And you don't even have to put the twine on it if you don't want. But I'm going to, so kind of like how it gives a little extra something. Okay. So I got my glue dot there to hold that. I should try to put it on the end here. There. I'm not going to put quite so much twine. I'm just going to do a little bit. Okay. Seems like I got a lot, but... So now what I'm going to do is add a glue dot to the back of this. All right. Usually our string is a big mess anyways in your tackle box, right? Not always, but... So I'm going to add a couple small dimensionals on here. Kind of right there. And we will put that on the front. Now I wasn't sure, let me move that out of the way in case I got any glue on it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add it more. I put it on the little tag, but I almost think I want some of it coming off, but let's see. There. I think I like that. Either way is fine, but let me see now because I didn't want that quite so high up there. Okay. So you could add embellishments if you would like to, but I don't think it's necessary because it's for a guy. Preferably, but it doesn't have to be for a guy because I like to fish too. So it's a simple happy birthday, you're the best ever. So it could go for either or. And then if you didn't have enough room to sign, you also could add a piece of your Very Vanilla right here. Do the same thing. So you'd want it the size of the inside, and you would do the same thing, and then you could write your note right here. Okay. But I didn't do that. So for your inside, you're going to score, well, you paper your 8.5 by 11, 3 inches, flip it over 3 inches on the other side, opposite sides, okay? And then you will slice it. Then your inside piece is 4 by 5 3/8. Your middle two pieces are 3.5 by 4 3/8. And then you got 2 3/4 by 3.5. So if you want, you can snap a picture or I can add it to the description, okay? My dog is dreaming. I don't know if you can hear. Poor Mitch, who's like, I swear he's 18 years old by now, but he's dreaming, so he's making noises. But I can always add this in the description, so... Okay, so I don't know which you guys like best, but if you want these projects free, all you have to do is place a $40 order with me and use my host code from now till Sunday night, midnight, and then I will send you stuff to make these. Now, it may be different colored paper because I only got so much of this, but everything will all coordinate together, okay? But you have to use my host code and everything, so... but let me know, what do you guys think? I think this would be adorable. You could do this for so many things. I love little like pocket envelope things, but I really think hanging on the tree with their names, you could use our letters to personalize this, however, but okay. And then here's my stuff for my retreat. And I did an early bird special, but then I realized, I don't know what day I was thinking it was, that I just wanted to get the early bird done by September 6th. So I picked the 4th, only because I want to make sure I can order everything. Because sometimes that first day of ordering, within a week, some things are sold out. So I wanted to be sure whoever orders will make sure I can get everything, okay? So I have some add-on classes. The bingo's always a favorite, but the berry class, and then even this with the memory and more, I had done those cards last week. You can do so much with them, okay? So that's kind of a favorite for some too. But so just let me know if you can't find the information on it. I would be happy to send you the link for the Constant Contact, and you just can get the information. But yeah, so let me know. Do you like the first, second, the third, all the projects? I appreciate it. Okay, guys, have a wonderful weekend. And hey, I get my countertop in on Tuesday. I pray that everything goes well and they make it here and got it fitted right. So I'm so excited to kind of get my kitchen together finally. Although we've managed, I mean, we used to camp a lot, and we know how to kind of cook on the side and do whatever. We're not starving, so we know how to do that. But anywho, I will be so excited. And then we still got like all the door handles and the flooring, the final plank to put down. But there's a couple other things we have to do before we do that. So we're getting there. We are definitely getting there, much, much closer. So, but you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you. Hopefully I'm going to aim for next Wednesday, but if not, it will be Thursday for sure. But have a great weekend. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.